For those who dare to take the ride, this Buckeye Battleground is anything but forgiving. And for the men who pilot the modified Tough Trucks, success lies somewhere between thoughtful execution and chaotic intentions. Monster Power coming at you from the 34th Annual O'Reilly Auto Parts 4-Wheel Jamboree Nationals. Welcome to the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio. We're just about ready to start the third and final qualifying session in the Tough Trucks Challenge. The sun is descending and there's a little bit of rain that's supposed to roll in about midway through showtime. We'll see if that affects anything throughout qualifying here in session number 3. The big story, though, coming out of session number 2, your runner-up from 2018, Mark Noto, has yet to qualify for the field. He ended up on his lid in the very first qualifying run of the day. Then one run later, his team owner, John Jungblut, in the Wild Thing, put his truck on its lid. We didn't get a chance to talk to either one of these guys because they were hustling to get those trucks ready for this qualifying session number 3. But right now, back in the pits, Mark Noto is standing by with our Tim Howard.
Hey, I'm here with Mark Noto, driver of the Afterburner, who had one heck of a ride there in the second qualifier run. So, Mark, I know that wasn't quite the outcome you wanted. Could you give us a little insight to what happened out there?
Yeah, that definitely was not what I was trying to do there, Tim. I noticed I was behind Pat Winchester and I wanted to make up some ground, so I came into that turn hot and cut a little too sharp, caught the tire and it flipped me over.
Okay. Everything's fixed together. I know you guys have been slaying on this truck for the last few hours, putting some things back together. Everything going to be fine for the third round?
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't looking good for a little bit, but we did find a part. O'Reilly's hooked us up. We got the part on. Mickey Thompson came down, gave us a couple of stickers to put on to cover a couple of the damage done by the rollover, and I think we're going to be good to go. We're going to try and lay it down this third round.
Okay, Mark. Well, good. Thank you very much, and good luck out there in the third round. And back to you, Nick.
Thanks, Tim. Mark Noto trying to get his truck into this field. One more shot. Stay with us.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, articles, event breakdowns, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com.
Welcome back to the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio for the third and final qualifying session of the weekend. Pat Winchester left of the screen, taking on Mark Noto in the Afterburner. Pat is currently sitting, I believe, in the number 2 or 3 position. Mark Noto has yet to make the field. Noto was the runner-up in 2018. He had a rough run in session number 2, ended up on his lid. In session number 1, he had a good run going, but spun out in the final corner.
Got hard on the gas.
Big cloud of dust, but they're pretty close. Mark Noto putting out a pretty good run right now.
Afterburner on the right already has a penalty. Aired it out on that jump on the far.
Winchester closing in on the final corner. A little bobble there for Noto, but he remains strong on this pass.
A little bit. Here they come to the finish line jump. Park the gas. Up and over. Yeah.
Matt Winchester laying down a 55-17, or excuse me, a 5.05-17. Mark Noto with penalties, though, will lay down a 57.765, and I believe he may have just taken himself out of the field for eliminations. Later on, next pair coming right up to the line, there is the team owner of the Jungblut Motorsports, John Jungblut, in the Wild Thing Chevrolet, taking on Dwayne Lewis in Stonewall. John also owns the Thunderstruck Ford and Mark Noto's truck. You just saw the Afterburner. Youngblood also trying to make his way into this field. He ended up on his lid as well in qualifying session number 2. We talked about that earlier. Dwayne Lewis, pretty good run going here. You notice they really don't fly that tabletop the first time around. They take it kind of easy. You don't want to overshoot the turn, over jumping that tabletop. You don't really need that hang time first run around. You can really bonsai it though on the last one and make up some time, believe it or not, even flying through the air.
Here they come, last corner, last lap, coming to the finish line jump.
Final jump across the finish line. John Youngblood with a 54.797, and Dwayne Lewis laid down a 54.182. John Youngblood getting the crowd on their feet, living up to the name Wild Thing.
For him and a 54.182 for Stonewall.
Signature for Youngblood. He'll take it back to the pits. The gorilla on the hood.
Third race.
We get ready to bring out our next pair. You can see they're already on the line. Tony Martinez in the right lane. That's the orange and black Ford taking on the purple and orange Ford. That is Joey Bates. Bates driving Purple Rage, Martinez in Dodging Bullets. Pair of very, very fast trucks. Martinez, so there's a tire change and he just mauled that cone. That's going to be a big time penalty. Joey Bates off to one side there. He also picks up a penalty. He jumped off the side of that tabletop in the corner now. Trying to make up some time on the flat ground in the back. Joey Bates with a lead. Big jump for Bates in the dive. Tony Martinez trying to make up time as well. Again, both of them sitting with penalties right now on this run. What will be left when they cross the finish line? Joey Bates with a big leap. 56.090, and Tony Martinez with a 1 minute and change run, and never mind those hundreds of seconds that he laid on there. I think he might be sitting on the bubble right now. Fairly good effort here this weekend, but this qualifying session ate him alive as he ran right over the cone in the entrance to turn number 1. Not the kind of run Tony Martinez was looking for. Up next, Mike Leupold in the bright red Warhorse Bronco taking on Craig Prouty in that awesome looking 41 Rocket. Good pairing right here. Prouty looking a lot more aggressive in session number 3. Remember, he did not make qualifying session number 1. His first run, full run on this track was earlier today. Prior to that, he had only made some practice runs. Prouty really getting after it right now. Leupold having some kind of problem on the run. He seems to have really been struggling with his steering today. He has made some changes to that truck in the off-season. Almost incurred a penalty right there. He was real close to that cone. But at the moment, looks like he may be driving himself out of the field. We'll see. It would be something to see Mike Leupold not make a field. Very fast truck. Craig Prouty crossing the finish line of the personal best. That's a 50.296 second run. Prouty looking good on that run. 56.603 will not make the field for Mike Leupold. In fact, I don't know that he posted a time that will get him into this field. For the Sunday afternoon action, we have more qualifying coming up. The next pair getting ready to stage. Roth and Faust should be a fast one. Stay with us.
41 Rocket.
We are back in Lima, Ohio, continuing qualifying session number 3 in the bright green Ford Thomas Faust. That's Mad Money taking on Lucky 13, the red and black Chevrolet, and it's Scott Roth.
Mad Money on the left.
Good first turn for both. Real aggressive shot for Scott Roth and Lucky 13. Pretty even run going into the backstretch.
On the track.
Through the S-curves. Maybe a little edge to the Chevrolet.
Lucky 13 with a slight advantage. I mean, very slight.
Looking good. Big jump for Scott Roth. How will they handle the second leg? Roth with the lead. Real aggressive shot. Comes flying over the jump. And look at Scott Roth all over the backstretch. Almost put the truck on the lid and then fell in that hole back there on the other side of the berm. Thomas Faust will take the better of those two runs at a 51.342. Scott Roth just now coming across the line with a big leap and some bent body panels. Wild matchup right there. Another look at the run. Watch what happens to Roth, I believe. And we'll see he hooked the bottom of the berm, drifting over on the grass, overshot the turn, and dropped the front wheels right into the hole where they dug up some of the earth to make that berm. Scott Roth taking a wild ride. Session number 3 now. One of the more interesting vehicles in the field, that's Jim Candell and the all Toyota Little Dog taking on one of the best in the business, Jake Nichols in the Foy Toy.
6th race out of 11.
Part of the Foy Toy racing team. Whole bunch of awesome equipment out of that stable. Warhorse is one of them. We'll see hopefully later in the year Paul Hagley, the Swamp Donkey. Right now, Nichols has a good run going, and I can't forget Jim Candela. He's got one of the better runs he's had this weekend. Let's see how he does on this backstretch. This is where he has been losing time. Not bad right there, whipping around the corner. Didn't lose all that time this time around. Can he get in the field? They're right there together. Candell with the better of those two runs. A big lead for Jake Nichols. 52.199 for Nichols and a 51.863 for Candell. He might be right on the line. We will see. We'll have to see how they line up together when we get the bracket set later, but he might be right on the cusp of being knocked out of this field now. Pair of Buckeye battlers. Here comes the Bounty Hunter and the AJ Transmissions Bounty Hunter. That is Al Varner. John Yoder in the Under Pressure Jeep Cherokee Sport Bodied Machine. Again, a pair of real tough Ohio veterans. A lead to Yoder right now. We've seen him on his top in the past. He's not afraid to run this thing hard. He has a series of wild endos in his history. Al Varner, one of the more consistent drivers in tough truck racing. Always seems to be in about the top 5 in any field. Yoder maintaining his lead, coming into the final corner. He'll take the better of those two runs and a 46.551, a personal best, and a 48.884 for Varner. We are not done yet, though. Tough Truck qualifying continues. The last grouping ready to come out when we come back to Lima. Back at the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio, getting ready for a bye run by Travis Stevens, one of the Ohio drivers in the 68 Ford-bodied machine called One Last Shot. See what Stevens has for the field in his final qualifying run. A real aggressive start. Now, I believe he's sitting number 2. I said Pat Winchester maybe earlier, but I do believe that Travis Stevens is sitting in second right now, and he could very well hold that spot.
Racing left after this one, then we got some bigger trucks coming.
Rounding the final corner for the first time.
Here comes One Last Shot.
Real smooth run going here. That thing is staying on the ground. Every time he goes over a jump, he's not having a whole lot of trouble with rebound or anything like that. That truck seems to be working nearly perfectly this weekend as he rounds the final corner. With a big leap across the finish line, Travis Stevens with a 50.880. Awesome run for the one last shot Ford. We'll take it back to the pits, get it ready for tomorrow. We take a look at Dale Denone, the yellow Ford. Another pair of guys out of the Ohio area. Dale driving the Wild Stallion in the bright orange Dodge Dakota. That's Joe Maglot. No problem. Wild Stallion has had a pair of troubled runs here this week and another hard landing on the front end. He is another one who's still trying to get into this field, has not had a successful run of a Maglot. In no problem, looking real good back there on the backside as he rounds the scoring tent. They are together, a little lead to the Dodge. This is probably the best run that the Wild Stallion and Dale Denone has put on all weekend long. He's being real aggressive, but real smooth. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to try to get in this field. We'll see if it works for him as they round the final corner. No problem with a little bit of a lead. Denone with a real nice run over on the front end. Almost end of that truck. No problem. Land on a 48.922. Denone with a personal best at a 49.650, but he almost put the truck on its lid as the last pair rolls out to the starting line. Willis Ellis in the Chevrolet, Adam Kasilowicz in the Ford.
Underground Customs.
Final run of qualifying session number 3. These two guys have been pretty consistent so far this weekend. We will see Willis Ellis in next level or Adam Kasilowicz. The Underground Customs.
Customs on my right, next level on my left.
Two very different platforms for two very different machines right now. Pretty smooth pair of runs going. Now, I believe both of these guys are set to make it into this field as it stands right now, so they don't have to overdrive the track. They can really use this to see how these trucks are handling. And it kind of looks like that's what they're doing. They're not sandbagging, that's for sure, but they are not being quite as aggressive with the jumps as they had been in earlier runs, although Kasilowicz launched over to the backside of that ramp, so we'll see. They catch in the air coming across the finish line. Looks like they're going to be there fairly close, a little edge to Kasilowicz in the Ford. Steps out a little bit, side by side across the finish. Adam Kasilowicz with a 49.942 and Ellis with a 50.273. So a good pair of runs to wrap up qualifying session number 3, and that will get us prepped to set the brackets. We have seen some wild action so far this weekend in Lima, and this has just been the qualifying sessions. Now, here's your qualifying results. Nick Anderson never got knocked off the top. First run of the weekend for him. He set the stage at a 45.494. Travis Stevens and Pat Winchester went after him. You can see Stevens got the closest. Winchester sitting there in third. Then it's John Yoder and Al Varner. Tony Martinez on the bubble. So if everything goes well, Martinez will make the field. I believe Dwayne Lewis is sitting as the alternate. If anything does happen to Martinez, we will take a look at the brackets going into tomorrow's action. There you see right off the top, Central Ohio Tire, and as of right now, Dodge and Bullets sitting together in the first pairing of the weekend. Quite a few good matchups in the top half of that. And then as we move down through the bracket, a matchup I'm very excited to see. One last shot will take on the 41 Rocket. Mental Case and Lucky 13, that's Pat Winchester taking on Scott Roth. And at the very bottom, it should be a pretty good matchup. Thunderstruck, that's Wayne Solly. He will take on Jake Nichols and the Foy Toy. So, we should have some awesome racing. Come Sunday afternoon, we will bring you that action and a few more editions here of Monster Power. Next time, it's back to Monster Trucks Freestyle Session number 3 with highlights from Freestyle Session number 2. It's going to be a wild one. You don't want to miss that. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Monster Power. We will see you next time.